guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be eating a filet deck yak. So I cooked this in a previous video. If you want to see how I made it, click above and you will be able to see the recipe. So let's get stuck in. I've been waiting for this all day. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh my god, guys, come and join me. This is so good. It's been a while since I've had this. Oh. Gonna have some fish. Oh, it's hot. So you've seen the title of the video. I'm going to tell you a story about how my children got stranded in Nigeria. And you know what? It was my own fault. Guys, please don't come for me in the comment section. If you come for me, I'll come for you. So in November, no, it was October actually. In October, I was preparing to go to Nigeria. There was a burial and a wedding that kind of fell around about the same time. So I booked a flight to stay in Nigeria for 2 weeks. Originally, I was going to go by myself, but I thought because it was during the school holidays, I'll take my children with me. So I checked their Nigerian passports and that was all in order. So I booked the flights and all of the internal flights, did all the preparations. You know what it's like when you travel with children. You've got to buy things to keep them occupied, word searches and all that kind of stuff, take snacks and all of that. So far, so good, right? Well, the night before we were about to travel, my husband and I were checking through all of our documentation, making sure that everything was in order. And we realized that my children's British passports had actually expired. They had actually expired. And what that would mean is they can fly to Nigeria, but they can't come back. And then I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I looked at my insurance documentation to see what would happen if I didn't take them. I just left them behind, whether I'd get a refund for the money that I paid for their flights. Nope. For me to get a refund, everybody on the policy, so that's myself and the children, would have to not go. So I was like, wow. There was no option for me not to go. So I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to close my eyes and hope for the best. We are going to go on that trip. I mean, for Christ's sake, that trip had my name on it. It was meant to be. So I was like, I'll figure out what happens. I later looked at the .gov website and saw that it's possible to get emergency passports in 2 days, but it said it could take longer during COVID period and if it's children involved. And I thought, you know what? If we're stranded in Nigeria, we're stranded in Nigeria. So when I got to Nigeria, I decided to make the application for an emergency passport. So I went online and it was pretty straightforward actually. It asked me for my passport details, the details of my children's British passports and their birth certificates, my husband's details, and I had to pay £100 each. So I paid that. And then it said that in a few days, someone would be in touch. And then I was like, oh my God. So I waited a day and I started to get nervous. I'm like, this is Nigeria after all. And I waited and I waited. I didn't hear anything in that day. So then I decided to call them. So I called them and the gentleman said to me that I had to call another number. And I called that number, it went through to England. So I felt a little bit more relieved. And so the woman checked my application. She confirmed that they had received everything. And she tried to confirm the email address. And it turns out that I'd actually put the wrong email address. Can you imagine? If I had not made that call, then they wouldn't have been able to contact me. Jeez. I gave her the correct email address, and she said that I should be receiving an email. No, I should be receiving a telephone call in a few days more, and I should just sit and wait for that. True to form, I did receive a phone call about 2 days later. It was from somebody actually in Lagos, and said that on the face of it, everything had been approved. They needed to have an interview with my husband over the telephone, and they needed to have a video interview with me and the children. So then they had the interview with my husband. Everything went okay. And then they sent me an email to say that they wanted to set up an appointment with me. So I was in the back of an Uber, I think, when I saw the email. And they were like, okay, are you free to have a video interview in about 2 hours' time? And I was like, fine, perfect. So I was heading to Ikeja City Mall. I thought I'd be able to find a quiet corner, have the interview. They just wanted to check that I was who I said I was, and that my children were who I said they were. So that was all fine. So at the time of the interview, I think it was Zoom. Was it Zoom or Teams? No, it was Teams. So I logged into Teams and I tried to join the meeting. That day, the network disappointed me. I was trying, and I could not join the meeting. The network failed. The network failed me again and again and again. I think I tried for like 30 minutes, and I was like, oh my God, am I going to be stranded in Nigeria with my children because of Nigerian telephone network? And I then just decided to give up and just to go to the supermarket. And as I was walking in a particular direction, suddenly I got a signal and I was able to connect to the call. And I looked around me and I noticed that the reason why I was able to get a signal is because there was kind of like a glass rooftop just where I was standing, and miraculously I was able to get signal, even though when I was outside I couldn't get any signal. Guys, this is just so good. So then I was able to speak to the lady, but then I had another problem. She couldn't hear me. I could hear her, but she couldn't hear me. So it was like, oh my God. So she could see me, and then she said to take her number and call her from a different phone while we're on video. So I was on video with her with one phone and speaking to her on the phone with another. And then after about 5 minutes, thankfully, I know the network came good for me and I could see and hear her. So she just confirmed all the details, and then, yeah, she spoke to the children, asked the children if I was the mom, etc., etc. And she was like, perfect, everything's been approved and you can pick up your passport tomorrow, the next day. I was really happy. But I was like, this is Nigeria, anything can happen. Until I get the emergency passports in my hand, I'm not gonna start celebrating. The next day, I was in Lagos. The next day, I went over to VI. I went to the embassy. Everything was straightforward. I picked up the emergency passports, and boom, they were free to fly. So, wow. You know, it was such a hard decision to make. You know, I was thinking, was I being irresponsible? You know, taking them out there, knowing full well that their passports had expired. But do you know what? It turned out to be one of the best trips I've ever had to Nigeria. So I'm really glad I took them. And I'm really, really happy with the way that it actually panned out. It just goes to show things can work in Nigeria. They can, if someone wants them to work. So, yeah, that was crazy. It's just so funny. The children had no idea whatsoever. But it turned out good. So as they say, all's well that ends well. Wow, guys, this is just, oh, it's so good. It really is so good. Guys, if you get the chance, try and make this. Use my recipe. But the bones, that's the problem with tilapia. So many bones. Yeah. So what have I been up to these days? So some of you might know that I am going to be temporarily relocating to Nigeria in about April, May, June time. I've got quite a big window. I'm not sure which month I'm going to be going in, but we'll be staying until August. And so right about now, I am just doing the preparations, trying to figure out where we're going to live, doing a bit of shopping, getting some of the bits and pieces that we need, buying children's summer clothes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. So in the next few weeks, you are going to be seeing some of my vlogs, preparing and all of that good stuff. I'm just so excited. It's really exciting for us, this big move, and it's going to be awesome. It really will. So guys, that is the end of the video. I am going to sit and focus, concentrate on this food, do it justice. I hope you like the video. I hope you get a chance to watch the recipe. And if you like this video, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.